I've seen over the years a few stories like this where the kid, boy or girl, lies about the parent and says that they did something to them and they go to jail. And another story I actually saw where the dad just couldn't be at home. And even when she went back to the police and said that she lied about the abuse and stuff that happened, he wasn't allowed to come back home. So that's what happened here in this story. So down below in the description is the link so you can see it. It is terrible. This girl lied. She was 8 years old, but it was her mother who made her do it. She threatened to whoop her butt, you know, and I guess the whoopings probably were pretty bad because if it was just a regular spanking, you wouldn't think you do that. But she wanted her daughter to say that her husband raped her, and so she did it. And because the mother was on drugs, she lost custody of her daughter. And then when her daughter went to go live with her grandma, she then told the truth that this never happened. And it didn't matter. They're not overturning this. And the mother even admitted in writing that she actually made it up, that she actually threatened her daughter to whoop her, if she didn't say this. Probably she was mad at her husband. Okay, she was pissed off. I'm going to get revenge. She probably didn't love him anymore, so it wasn't no big loss and wouldn't have to share custody. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he even threatened to take custody of the baby or whatever. And she decided this is how she was going to handle this, and it worked because he went to prison. So he is working his ass off, studying the law, and trying to get out. The girl is now almost 16 years old. You would think that if the mother agrees that she did this and the daughter says, I made it up because she made me, that they would let this guy go. But it's an embarrassment to all the prosecutor and the cops and all that. It doesn't look good on them when they send somebody. There was no DNA, by the way. There was no evidence that he did anything. Even her hymen was still in place. The skin inside the vagina, it was still there. So how was he able to penetrate her without breaking the hymen? He's an adult. She's a kid. They should have looked at this. You see what I mean? You got a drug addict for a mother. I would have looked more into this from the beginning. I wouldn't have probably believed it. I would have took that girl away for like a month and then asked her because she'd feel safe. And then she'd say the same thing she did to her grandma's. It ain't true. I wouldn't have rushed to judgment and went ahead and did this and brought it in front of trial. I believe that the guy will eventually get out. I believe that they hired a lawyer who actually does that kind of thing. And he was sentenced to 20 to 40 years. Now, I'm looking through this and I can't see how long when did he actually go in to now? So, like, how many years has he already paid for this? Well, it must be, no, she was 8, and now she's almost 16. All right, so you do the math. I didn't sit there and figure that out, but it's terrible. Because think about it. He was accused of raping a little girl, and then he goes to prison. What do you think the other prisoners would do to him? Just imagine, and imagine yourself in his place. You're sitting in prison. You are innocent, and people are hurting you, threatening you, and probably raping you to, pay back. It happens. Don't think for a minute it doesn't happen, especially someone like that. So imagine yourself in his place and having to go through that. It would be terrible. At least they came out and told the truth about what happened. And in fact, the little girl learned about penis and vagina from the prosecuting team. You see how they cheat? They cheat in order to make the outcome, where they win. I hate that. I've seen this stuff over and over again. If I can come up with the other stories, I'll put them all in one video so you can see all the different stories that I've seen over the years. There's about 6 or 7 that was like major, and I'm going like, oh my God. And then I'd see another one, and I'm going like, oh my God, haven't they learned anything from the other? Like there was a whole group of people. The kids said that they molested them. It was actually a therapist that got them to say that, and they all lost custody of their kid. And then it finally, was discovered that actually she coached these kids, and then they got their kids back. You see? All right. Let me know what you think, guys, in the comments below. This is really terrible, and I hope to God he gets out. soon. You guys have a good one. Take care, and God bless.